Ever wondered what it's like to blast demons in hell while headbanging to heavy metal? Metal Hellsinger VR puts you right in the middle of that chaos. But is this rhythm shooter worth the trip to the underworld? The developers did sponsor this video, but they're seeing it when you are, and everything I say here is my own opinion and experience with the game. So what's Metal Hellsinger VR all about? It's pretty simple. You're shooting demons in hell, but here's the twist. You gotta do it to the beat of some killer metal tracks. It's like Guitar Hero meets Doom. You play as this character called the Unknown, trying to get your voice back while diving deep into hell. Now let's talk about the real star of the show, the rhythm. Ever tried patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time? Metal Hellsinger VR kinda feels like that, but with guns and demons. But you're not just shooting demons. You're doing it to the beat of some badass heavy metal tracks, including licensed music, though in this video you're only hearing the original tracks for copyright reasons. It's like the game took the intensity of a metal concert and cranked it up to 11. Every shot, every reload, every move, it all needs to sync up to the music. So how does it work? Well, you've got these visual cues and haptic feedback to help you stay on beat. Your controllers vibrate in sync with the music, which is pretty cool, and on PSVR 2 that even extends to the headset haptics. When you nail the rhythm, man, it feels awesome. Your shots deal more damage and you build up your ultimate. But here's the catch, when you're offbeat, it's not just less fun. You're actually less effective. Your shots don't hit as hard and you lose your combo. Now let's talk weapons. You've got a bunch to choose from, each with its own ultimate skill. I personally prefer the shotgun as I found it to be the most effective and easy to handle. There's also a dual revolver option, but I personally could not sync the shots to the beat as well while handling two weapons. Even the reload mechanic gets you a multiplier if you do it on the beat. The gameplay itself is pretty chaotic, especially as you progress. You've got demons coming at you from all angles, projectiles flying everywhere, and you're trying to keep the beat. It's a lot to handle. But when it all comes together, that's when the magic happens. You know those moments in games where everything just clicks? When you're in the zone and it feels like you can do no wrong? Metal Hellsinger VR has those moments in spades. When you're nailing every beat, switching weapons like a pro, and demons are exploding in sync to the music, it's exhilarating. But let's be real for a second, it's not always smooth sailing in hell. Sometimes you'll miss a beat, or fumble a reload, or get overwhelmed by the chaos. And in those moments, the game can get a bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. While the audio is obviously the core of this game, the graphics are not bad per se, but nothing that'll blow your mind either. For reference, everything you've seen so far in this video was recorded on PCVR Ultra settings using a PC with a 4090, so this is the best it gets. I've played it on Quest 3 as well, and it looks okay, just with the textures having a bit less detail, which is to be expected. Metal Hellsinger VR looks like it's straight out of the mid-90s, and I'm not even saying that as a bad thing. You've got dark environments, rocky areas, and pits of lava. Kinda pretty much what you'd expect hell to look like. It's atmospheric, sure, but it's not exactly pushing the boundaries of VR graphics. There is one really cool aspect regarding the graphics though. Everything in the environment pulses to the rhythm of the music. Your footsteps, weapon blasts, even the scenery around you, it's all tied to the beat. It's like the whole world is a giant visualizer for the soundtrack. Speaking of the soundtrack, this is where Metal Hellsinger VR really shines. The music isn't just background noise, it's the heart of the game. As you play, the soundtrack builds intensity based on how well you're doing. Start nailing those beats and you'll hear more instruments kick in. Keep it up and suddenly you've got vocals blasting in your ears. It's like you're conducting a metal concert with your gun. And look, the graphics might not blow you away, but when you're in the zone blasting demons to the beat of some killer metal, that's when the game gets really fun. It's not really about having the most realistic lava or the most detailed demon faces. It's about creating an experience where everything, the visuals, the music, and the gameplay all comes together to kind of put you in this rhythm-fueled trance. So you've conducted your hellish orchestra and slayed some demons. But here's the real question. Is this a greatest hits album you'll replay over and over, or more of a one and done kind of thing? So let's talk about the length of this infernal journey. Metal Hellsinger VR takes about 4 to 6 hours to beat, and that's for completionists, and depending on how skilled you are and how much you struggle with the rhythm. That's not exactly a long game, right? But don't worry, the developers have thrown in some extra challenges to keep you coming back for more, and there is also paid DLC available if you really like this game. After you finish a level, you unlock these things called torments. They're basically special challenges that mix things up a bit. You might have to complete a specific objective or race against the clock. It's a cool way to add some replay value, but here's the catch: they can get a bit repetitive after a while. Now, something I try to mention in all my game reviews is motion sickness, which in VR is no joke, and it can turn your metal concert into a puke fest really quick. The good news is that the game does have some comfort options to help you out. That being said, it's not a game for beginners because there's a lot of movement, jumping, dashing, and turning involved. Another important aspect is how repetitive is the gameplay. Well, the game is linear in nature and there are limited enemy types, so to be honest, it might make things feel a bit samey after a while. Here's the thing though, if you're into rhythm games and heavy metal, you might find yourself coming back for more. The satisfaction of nailing that perfect run, syncing every shot to the beat, and watching your score climb higher and higher can be pretty addictive. But if you're looking for a deep story or tons of variety, well, you might find this trip to hell a bit repetitive. Alright, so what's the verdict here? Metal Hellsinger VR is a wild ride through hell with a killer soundtrack. When everything clicks, it's awesome. Blasting demons to the beat feels amazing. So, is it worth the trip to the underworld? If you're into heavy metal and don't mind some repetition, go for it. But if you're looking for the next big VR masterpiece, this might not be it. If it sounds like your jam, I've left a link to it in the description. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments because I genuinely love hearing from you. If you're ready to hang out with me a bit more, then consider watching one of these videos next and I'll catch you soon. Cheers guys!